Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time and hello English Finishing School. Hi, I'm glad that you have joined. Hello everyone, so there would be a live chat option below the where you can like the video and you can dislike the video. Along with that, there would be a live chat option for anyone who has joined the video. Please pop in, say a hi, hello, anything. I would glad to know you. Hi Sanjit, I'm glad to see you. Hi B Singh, I'm glad to see you too. How are you? I'm good. You can type in your names so that I can know who all have joined. Tell me from where you are and from how much time you're preparing for GT. With the introduction, with that, if you want my introduction, I'm Kajal. I'm a certified IELTS trainer by IDP, and Uh, and so today we'll be conducting the GT writing task 1 because I don't have any video on my channel for this, and I really believe that with Canada announcing PR like that, it's becoming so easy these days. So I'm really think that everyone who is preparing for GT should give their exam super duper soon, because you see what happened, right? Canada suddenly announced that okay, now we are giving 40,000 free PR. It's kind of free only, because not free actually. Students have paid a ton of money to Canadian government for studying, but still, I really believe that you should, if you are preparing from for GT and you are not from Canada, you are in India or any other country right now, and you're planning to go, then give your IELTS super duper soon, because you never know what would happen, right? Hi Mox, I am always glad to see you. So Mox is one of the people who is always there in my life class. So I'm really glad to see you, Mox. I thank you so much. And hello Satyam. Last year I gave my IELTS and score 7.5 overall, but this time I would like to go for more than 8 bands. I'm sure your video will help. Oh, thank you so much, B saying yes. I am also sure that my video is going to help you a lot, and we will be discussing everything that you need for writing task 1 today. And it's super simple as compared to academic. Academic, there are so many maps and things that you need to do, but it is super simple when it comes to your GT exam. So we'll keep it simple. I'll tell you that what are the difference between a formal English and an informal English, how you have to write, and then we will discuss. We will be discussing all the different types that comes in your writing letters. So your letters, and at the end of the video, I would be linking a maybe a drive, so that with the vocabulary that you need for this particular letters and some language, I would say. Okay, so I hope that you find this video useful, and let's get started. Devam, hello, I hope that you're doing well. So let's get started now. So when it comes to your GT task 1, so there are 4 categories on which you are given marks. So the first category is task achievement, second is coherence and cohesion, then lexical resource and grammar. So basically you should know, आपको पता होना चाहिए आराम से कि सबसे पहली चीज आपको पता होना चाहिए कि बेसिकली आपको किस किस बेसिस पे एग्जामिनर ने नंबर देने हैं, और आपको वो नंबर लेने आने चाहिए एग्जामिनर से, और कोई बात नहीं है. टास्क रिस्पॉन्स, कोहेरेंस एंड कोहेजन, ये 2 ऐसे जिसमें ऑब्वियसली आपको वोकैब या ग्रामर की जरूरत नहीं है, एंड उसमें आप फिर भी 7 ले सकते हो. एंड अगर हमारे पास 4 क्राइटेरिया है, अगर हम 2 में भी मतलब 2 में हाई स्कोर कर लेते हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज टास्क अचीवमेंट, कोहेरेंस एंड कोहेजन में ऑलवेज आई टेल माय स्टूडेंट्स कि इसमें तो 9 आराम से टारगेट हो सकता है. गो फॉर इट. आराम से आप बस फोकस रखो और जो पैटर्न बता रही हूँ वो फॉलो करो. मेरे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के 7.5 8 तक बैंड्स आए हुए हैं राइटिंग में. मैं ओवरऑल तो ज्यादा आए हुए हैं, बट राइटिंग की भी बात करूँ तो मेरे स्टूडेंट्स के आराम से आए हुए हैं 7.5 8 तक भी राइटिंग में. सो आई नो दैट व्हाट यू नीड टू डू. एंड इवन आई वुड से उन बच्चों की बहुत ज्यादा ग्रामर या वोकैब बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी भी नहीं थी. They were at a medium level and they easily scored very good bands. So basically, you with द ग्रामर एंड द वोकैबुलरी, देयर इज टास्क रिस्पॉन्स, मतलब ठीक से फॉर्मेट फॉलो करो, ठीक से लिंकिंग डिवाइसेस फॉलो करो, एंड यू कैन इजीली गेट द 7. 7 इज नॉट अ बिग डील एट ऑल, जब तक आपको गाइडेंस सही मिल रही है. Hi Shivani, I hope Shivangi, sorry. Hi Shivangi, I hope you are having a great time. Satnam, मेरा बेस लो है मैम. सत्यम, यू आर गोइंग फॉर स्टूडेंट वीजा और फॉर जीटी मींस पीआर के बेसिस पे जाना चाह रहे हो कि एकेडमिक के बेसिस पे जाना चाह रहे हो? डू लेट मी नो. सो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं हम लोग टास्क अचीवमेंट की. टास्क अचीवमेंट क्या होता है? बैंड 9 पे बैंड 6 से स्टार्ट करते हैं टास्क अचीवमेंट बताने का कि क्या होता है टास्क अचीवमेंट. सो अगर हम बैंड 6 की बात करें, अगर आपने सारा क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे दिया है बट वो इनएक्यूरेट है या अनफिटिंग डिटेल्स दे दिया, मतलब ऐसे ही फालतू की गप्पे मारते रह गए, कुछ और था क्वेश्चन, गप्पे कुछ और मार रहे हैं, तो फिर 6 बैंड से ज्यादा नहीं देते एग्जामिनर. सो हमें जो डिटेल्स होती है उसका ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. ऐसे ही कुछ भी, और उनको इनएक्यूरेट भी नहीं लगनी चाहिए. ऐसा भी नहीं लगना चाहिए कि हाँ आप झूठ बोल रहे हो. और ऑब्वियसली हमेशा तो हम नहीं बना सकते ना, हमेशा तो हर चीज हमारे साथ नहीं हुई होती, तो हमें तो डिटेल्स बनानी पड़ती है. बट वो ऐसी भी डिटेल्स नहीं होनी चाहिए कि एग्जामिनर को लगे झूठ बोल रहे हो. सो डू नॉट डू दैट, राइट? देन your response may not fully reflect the subjects indicated in the question. Improper tone, so this is one of the main problems when it comes to students कि उनको tone proper नहीं रखनी पड़ती, so they don't know how to use proper tone. Today what we will be doing is that we will be discussing each and every type with proper example कि अगर ये टाइप आ जाती है तो इसमें आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो, एंड अगर दूसरी टाइप आ जाती है तो आप क्या कर सकते हो. ओके, सो बेसिकली आप एक आपकी इम्प्रॉपर टोन होती है जो बहुत ज्यादा अपेरेंट होती है. ओके, सो विच कॉजेस awkwardness for the reader to read the letter, right? So we will be discussing tone in a good manner, we will be discussing it in quite details, and today I will be showing you examples and of each and every type ki okay, if you get this type of letter, what kind of vocab you have to use, what kind of, like, what should be the style of writing, what should be the tone of writing. So we'll be discussing all of that. For getting a 7 band, you should be able to address the question and the bullet points. So and लिखा है यहाँ पे, जैसे हम स्पीकिंग में बोल देते हैं कि okay, in speaking it is not really necessary that you cover all the prompts, all the bullet points that are given to you, but in your writing, in your task 1 of especially the letters, it is very important that you cover all the bulletin points. Okay, there may be lack of depth in response, but overall the letter can be labeled complete. So if you don't go into deep depths, so I always tell in the cue cards too that you have to go into the deep depths and you have to explain everything, and more the content you have, more easily you will be able to get marks. So that's the point here also. We have to always explain with great depths. There should be no area in the letter that can be said as vague. So it is only 150 words. In 150 words also, if we will be beating the bush, then there would be no use of writing a letter, right? Letter should be always to the point so that the other person understands that okay, this is what the person is going for, right? So for 8 level, you should be able to make sense, and you should be everything should be in a good flow, right? Next is our coherence and cohesion. For the people who don't know what is coherence and cohesion, coherence is basically your flow, that how nicely your essay flows. In more simple words, if examiner is reading your letter or your essay, they should not stop in between. In case they stop in between, in case they have to read a line twice to understand the meaning of it, then it means that you are lacking in coherence. So that should never come. Next, what is cohesion? Cohesion is basically all your ideas are linked together. they it should like most of the teachers, what they do, they tell their students that okay, it should be coherent on a maybe like a sentence level, so they only take care of the sentence level coherence and not on the basically not on the passage. So we have to take care of that we have to take care of everything. Then for the band 6, what does band 6 means? The message that the student wishes to convey is apparent, but the use is cohesive device may be awkward or sound robotic or unnatural. So in case you sound robotic, unnatural, and basically your clarity is missing, you'll get a 6. But how we will get a 7 is that you need to use several cohesive devices. बहुत सारे cohesive devices, linking devices use करने पड़ते हैं, जैसे कि similarly, further, moreover, as you know. एंड हमारे इसमें कनेक्टर्स थोड़े से इनफॉर्मल में आपको इनफॉर्मल वाले यूज करने पड़ते हैं, जैसे कि एज यू नो, और यू कैन से पर्सनली, यू नो मी. So these are kind of sentences that you need to make in an informal letter, and these are the cohesive devices that you need to incorporate. Your cohesive devices also says a lot about your tone, so you have to take care that okay, we are not using any improper tone. If you are using a great tone and you are going into details, you get an 8 and 9 in your task achievement section very easily. And if you're basically you don't have any awkwardness at any time, your everything is in a flow, the examiner is able to understand it in great details. They are like not stopping in between, they don't feel like okay मैं ये क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ. So basically you are good to go. Aram se you'll get the bands in coherence and cohesion also. It is not so difficult. For band 8, you just need almost no error in the ability to assemble, organize, and present a logical thought. It should be basically very much in flow, and the examiner should be basically impressed with you to get a 8 in your coherence and cohesion part. Next is your lexical resource section. In the lexical resource, basically, here we have to do vocabulary. For band 7, you need to have a wider understanding of the specialized topic. What is specialized topic? It means topic based vocabulary. Here comes that you have to use topic based vocabulary in your letters. Then band 7, you will be able to make few mistakes, like there are few mistakes in your writing, but that doesn't hamper the understanding. Till the examiner understands everything, you are good to go. You'll get a 7 in lexical resource section also. I always say that you have to use some good vocabulary, right? And but always remember that you have to use only the vocabulary that you know the exact meaning of. कोई भी word ऐसा है जिसका आपको मतलब नहीं पता, never use it. It would be bad for you only. Okay, then band 8, flawless in the word choice and word structure. They have rare issues and they are minor issues like maybe prepositions or modal verbs. So if you have minor issues with grammar but you accept that your writing is flawless only, then you can get 8 in your lexical resource section too. Then coming to the grammar basically there is a very clear difference when it comes to grammar abilities in band 6, 7, and 8. For getting a band 7, you need to construct at least 50% of the sentences without grammatical issue. सिर्फ 50% sentences में एक भी grammatical issue नहीं होगा, the examiner will give you 7. Why is it so hard? क्या मुश्किल है उसमें? कोई भी ऐसा मुश्किल नहीं है, सिर्फ 50% तो चाहिए. अगर हमारे सिर्फ 50% सेंटेंसेस ठीक होंगे ग्रामर में, तो एग्जामिनर हमें आराम से 7 बैंड देगा. ग्रामर में तो हमारा उतना ही टारगेट होना चाहिए कि एक तो आपके कंस्ट्रक्ट 50% से ज़्यादा होने चाहिए. वन मोर थिंग इज कि जो भी आप ग्रामेटिकल इशू बाकी के सेंटेंसेस में बताओ, वो भी एक तरह से अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे इफेक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. टिल द पॉइंट इट इज नॉट इफेक्टिंग द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द अदर पर्सन, you are good to go. Only 50% sentences needed. No, like you don't need everything correct to get a 7 band. For getting a 8 band, of course you need 100% basically it should sound correct. ओके, सो दो चीजें होती है ग्रामर में, एक होता है लॉजिक्स, दूसरा होता है हमें सुनने में तो ठीक ही लग रहा है, राइट? So if 100% your sentences are sounding correct, maybe it has some grammatical errors like articles, preposition, but it is sounding correct, then you will be getting a 8. So it is very easy to get marks in your letter till the point you are following the right strategies, till the point you know how to do it. It is very easy. Now let's come to understanding the question. So this class is for GT students only who are going for PR purposes. If you are for academic, you can switch on to my other videos, and of course till now the grammatical thing and everything was same, kind of same, I would say, kind of same. So if there is any academic students, I would say that please do not waste your time on letters. You will need this class, but I guess 2 or 3 years down the lane. So let's come now to our GT task 1, basic our letter question. So in the letter, basically whenever you get a letter, they would first of all give you some background information. What is a background information? Basically they'll tell you कि okay why you have to write a letter. सबसे पहले वो एक ऐसी बैकग्राउंड स्टेटमेंट देंगे जिससे आपको पता लगेगा कि अच्छा मेरे को ये चीज लिखनी क्यों है, लेटर लिखना क्या है. For example, here they have given you have tickets for a sports event but won't be able to attend. Basically आपके पास एक स्पोर्ट्स इवेंट की टिकट्स है बट आप जा नहीं पाओगे. What now you have to do? Second, वो आपको ये भी बता रहे हैं कि आपको बेसिकली क्या करना है. This is very important because this tells you that what is the nature of the writing, like what nature you have to write, what tone you have to follow, depending upon आप लिख किसको रहे हो. So write a letter to a friend offering them the tickets. Okay, so they are telling that you have some events, but you ticket for some events, but wouldn't you would not be able to go to the event. So basically what you have to do is you have to offer your tickets to someone else and maybe ask for money in return. So what then the third part is giving you the details. What are the some of the necessary things that you need to cover, right? आपको कुछ नहीं करना होता जीटी लेटर में. ये जो बस है जैसे हम क्यू कार्ड में करते हैं, स्टोरी बनाओ इसकी, जैसे हमने उसमें स्टोरी बनानी है वैसे यहाँ पे भी आपको स्टोरी मेकिंग स्किल्स चाहिए होती है राइटिंग टास्क 1 में. सो अगर आप क्यू कार्ड में अच्छे हो तो आई एम श्योर कि राइटिंग टास्क 1 में भी आप बहुत अच्छे होंगे. So basically how you got the tickets, you have to say that why you can't attend, आप क्यों नहीं attend कर पा रहे, and why you think that your friend will enjoy the event. आपको क्यों लगता है कि friend आपको enjoy करेगा ये event. So this is basically how your letter is segregated. First they will give a background information, then they will give some instruction words, and then they will come to the letter details. That basically they'll tell in great details that okay what is happening and what is not happening. So coming to the types of letters, there are 6 types of letters that you need to know of. First is letter of request. You want to request someone for something. Next is letter of condolences. Condolences basically means that okay, condolences basically means that you are showing sympathy towards the other person on some reason. So if you have to show some sympathy to the other person, then you would say condolences. Next is appreciation. You want to appreciate the other person, and this is the one of the most most frequent one. You can easily get like the letter of appreciation is something that we see on a regular basis, like most of my students get that. Next is letter for advice, feedback and suggestion, then letter for apology and the letter of complaint. So we will be doing all the 6 types in both ways. If they are like, we'll be covering formal, informal, both types, and we will be doing it with an example each. So now before going ahead, we have to talk about the importance of tone. When you're writing your letter, importance of tone is quite a lot. There is, you need to write proper English. For example, if you are writing your letter to maybe your boss or maybe your colleague, then it should be always in a formal English. you're writing to some organization, basically any authoritative body. Always remember this, any authoritative body. If you are writing a letter to any authoritative body, you have to always use formal English. Whereas if you are writing a letter to your relative, maybe your friend or maybe even your neighbor, then it should be in informal English. But still there is one case where you will be using, even to your friend you will be using only formal tones. We will be covering that in which type of letter you have to still use a formal way to convey your message. Okay, so basically informal English, let's first go to the informal English. Okay, that was a really bad line. Okay, let's get started. So, first of all, talking about formal English does not make any contractions. In formal English, you are like most of you must be having writing letters or anything, or maybe essays. So, essays should be formal English. What does the formal English means? First of all, no use of contraction. You won't be using do not, like you won't be using don't, can't, won't. You have to use do not, cannot, would not. So you have to use complete sentences. Next, you have to avoid slangs. No use of slangs. Yeah, and I always tell this. Most of my students have a habit that they'll be saying yeah, ma'am. So yeah should not always come in your, basically in your writing, right? Then tabs to more complicated lexical resource section. Now when you are writing a formal letter, your lexical resource section should be good. You should be using a formal and lexical resource. It should be more formal and you should be using more words. And at the end, the sentences should be in the passive form. If you want to know what is passive form, at the end type in the comment box. I'll tell you what is the easiest way to know that okay, this is a passive and this is the active sentence. Now informal English, बेसिकली अगर आप इनफॉर्मल लेटर लिख रहे हो, मेक श्योर यहाँ पे यू नीड टू मेक श्योर यू आर यूजिंग द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन जरूर यूज करनी है. Then you would be delivering a message in a personal tone. Personal tone आनी चाहिए. The examiner should know that okay, you are writing this letter in a personal tone. Next, using contextually accurate lexical resource but does not need to deliver these in a complicated language. So this is one of the good things of informal English कि आपको बहुत ज़्यादा you don't need to use a hi-fi English. बहुत ज़्यादा hi-fi English बिल्कुल भी use करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. बहुत easy होता है. easy क्या होता है यहाँ पे आपके पास कि आप आराम से उसमें लेक्सिकल रिसोर्स सेक्शन यूज कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट, यूजेस मोर एक्टिव सेंटेंस कंस्ट्रक्शंस. सो आप अगर एक्टिव सेंटेंसेस यूज करोगे सो आपको इजीली मार्क्स मिलेंगे, राइट? ओके, before moving ahead, before starting with the different types, I would like to read the comments. Hi Diksha, how are you? Hi Rivali, hi Al Kumar. So tell me how to contact you. I'm sorry, I forgot to start the banner at first. So now I have started the banner. You can see the banner and there would be my email address. You can contact me on that, or otherwise there would be, after the video I'll be like leaving my social media handles, or you can see any other video. So for seeing my social media handles, then you can surely contact me over there. Okay, so there is a sample 1 and sample 2. Now I want you all to read it quickly and tell me that sample 1 is formal or informal, and like which one out of these is formal and which one out of these is informal. Okay, so the sample 1 says, I am writing to request a reissue for the documentation that comes with your GDX 93 model coffee maker. Please allow me to describe my circumstances. Sample 2 says, I hope you and your team are doing well. You'll never guess what happened to me the other day. I missed the documents for my GDX 93 coffee model coffee maker. I'm writing to see if you would mind reissuing to me. So, which one of you think that which is basically the formal and what is informal? And tell me that if you are asking basically for a reissue of document from some company, which one would you go for? Would you go with sample one or would you go for sample two? All sides are not clear. Al Kumar, what you need to do is there would be an option on YouTube where you can increase the quality of the video. There would be three buttons on the top right corner. You can click on that, increase the video quality, and you will be good to go. You will be able to see the screen very clearly. Mox, very good. And Mox, tell me which one is correct. Basically, which one you should use you should use sample one or sample two when you are asking any company to reissue the documentation. Sample one, good Mox. So I wanted replies from each and every one of you. But if any of you is not able to do the live chat, there would be an option next to the like and dislike button. There will be an option to doing live chat. So you can click on that live chat option and you can comment down whatever you are basically you have to say. So font of size slide is the issue. Okay, I'll increase the window a bit. I would enlarge it, but that's all I can do. Okay, so basically now let's pretend in the last sample in this one, this should be when you are writing a formal letter to any authority. This should be the answer. Okay, next. Now let's pretend you have to write a letter to a very close friend for a party that is going to be hosted next week. So tell me out of sample 1 and sample 2, which one would you like to write? So the sample 1 says, please allow this letter to act as my gesture of thanks on behalf of my wife and I for the lovely evening you hosted last week. Sample 2 says, my wife and I would like to thank you for the wonderful party you threw last week. So tell me out of first and second which one you'll be writing. Sample 2, good marks. So basically in the sample 2 it is more appropriate because it is more heart to heart connected. It is more like the first one is quite formal and the language is quite formal. My gesture, my behalf, and these all wordings, the hi-fi wording. So basically, if you will be writing this letter not to your friend, maybe to your boss for hosting you, so the sample one would be appropriate. But now you're not you're not thanking your boss, you're thanking your best friend. Come on, who talks like that to their best friend? And some of the students even think for using what they do is that because of the reason that they have to maybe basically some people think that in the informal letters too we need to use a very good language level and very good vocabulary. So what mistake the students generally make is that they would tend to use the first sample only or the wordings in the first sample like gesture or thanks because they personally feel that okay maybe that is the one of the things that we have to use very good English level or very good vocabulary, but you don't have to use words like gesture, please allow me, no wordings like that. Never use such wordings when you are writing a letter. Now, basically talking about the structure of the letters, a complete letter, the letter that would be labeled as complete letter should have total 5 parts in it. The first, salutation, then the statement of purpose, then the situational details, then the statement of request, and at the end, farewell. So let's discuss what it is. So first of all, salutation is the greeting portion of the letter on which you would basically address the other person, right? So basically letters में we write that हम किसको लिख रहे हैं, क्या लिख रहे हैं. So we can write in the formal letters, for example, we can write to whom it may concern or dear sir or madam. So some things that you need to do is, and you need to know very nicely, see the comma, you have to use comma. Then no ma'am, हमने what we read, that we discussed it very nicely, that we in the formal English we do not use words like basically we don't use contractions, and ma'am is basically a contraction of madam. So I know it might sound like old fashioned to many people that who uses madam these days, but that's the case. You have to use madam for referring to a female teacher. So that's why not a teacher, maybe a female, basically any authoritative body or any authoritative person who is a female, you will be using a madam. Next, your statement of the purpose. After you have written that maybe to whom it may concern or dear sir or madam, what you need to do is you have to give a statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is basically a short paragraph of 1 2 lines. It's basically an introduction telling the writer that okay, why you are reading this letter. This is also one of the mistakes that students do. They don't write the statement of purpose. Writing a statement of purpose in your letters is very important, because आपको starting में ही बताना पड़ेगा कि आप लेटर क्यों लिख रहे हो, एंड इट शुड बी अप्रोप्रिएट टू. अब बहुत सारे बच्चे ये भी गलती करते हैं कि वो अप्रोप्रिएट नहीं लिखते, दे जस्ट गो ऑन एंड राइट. अगर आपने सपोज करो कुछ अब्रप्ट लिख दिया, तो बहुत सारे मैंने ऐसे भी स्टूडेंट्स के लेटर पढ़े जिसमें मैं बोलती हूँ अच्छा अगर मैंने ये पढ़ा, मुझे पता ही कैसे लग रहा है कि आप कौन हो और आपने ये लेटर क्यों लिखा है. मैं मे भी सोचूंगी कि मे भी कोई प्रमोशनल लेटर है और मैं साइड रख दूंगी. सो you have to take care that this should give a clear idea to the examiner that okay, why you are writing a letter, right? 1 or 2 sentence, not more than that. In 2 sentences only tell give a clear idea that why you're writing the letter. Next, you have to give in details. So हमारा जो main word count होता है वो यहाँ पे cover होगा. What we have to do is we have to give detail, as we read in great depth. We have to write कि what are the situational details, and in the portion of the letter you have to expand and explain the particulars to the reader. Okay, so हमने एकदम expand करके एकदम अच्छी तरीके से लिखना है that okay, हमारा बेसिकली हमने लिखना कैसे. एंड बेसिकली इसमें आपको इन द थर्ड वन यू नीड अ गुड स्टोरी लाइन. यू नीड टू राइट दैट ओके व्हाट इज द बेसिक स्टोरी बिहाइंड इट, व्हाई यू आर राइटिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर लेटर. At the last at the fourth part should be your request for basically declare that what you are hoping to accomplish. So basically you have to give, if maybe you are saying that okay, maybe I am saying that I want an elevator installed, or I am basically, if I am saying that I am having problem from going to first to fifth floor because I can't go from stairs to 5 floors on a daily basis, I have maybe some health issues. So if you are writing it like that okay, I have some issues, I cannot give, I explained everything. Now you have to tell the examiner and tell the person, you the concerned person, that what you want them to do. I want them to install an elevator, right? You have to in clear words give a solution, and it should not be a very long term solution, it can be a short term solution too. And there can be some of the like letters in which you give a short term solution and a long term solution too, that you have to do this, but in the meanwhile you can also do this. So you have to write that, basically give a very clear idea that okay, आपको लिखना क्या and what I am expecting out of you. At the last we have to give a farewell in few words. You can say that basically that okay, I'm looking forward to your response, thanks, and give your name. So that would be all. But there could be some of the letters where you have to be very very prominent. You have to force the examiner that okay, this is what I want. So basically you can maybe say that I'm looking for a quick response, a quick action is needed on this, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe whatever it is, basically you have to elaborate in very good way. Now, to demonstrate it, let's read this letter and let me tell you that how you have to write. So this is a formal letter. What you need to do is at the first you have to write dear sir or madam, put a space, leave one line sentence or leave at least two sentences. I always say leave two sentences so that at the end if you need to add some information to, you have one extra sentence that you can leave, right? So here you can leave one sentence or maybe two, and then you have to write, I am a third year history student and I am writing you too regarding a problem I regularly encounter when I visit the assignment submission desk in the Lorraine building. So see, it is only one sentence, but you would know that okay, who the person is, why they are writing the letter, and should I read it forward or not. So your introduction should be like that कि आपको introduction पढ़ के ही लगे, पता लगे कि who this person is, what they are expecting out of this letter, and should I read it further or not. अगर इन तीनों में से एक भी क्वेश्चन आपका क्लियर नहीं है, then your introduction is not complete, and of course it should not be long too. Next, we have to give a detail that okay, if I am saying that I am having some problem, what the problem is. Let me tell you that although the Lorraine building is a beautiful and historically campus landmark, it does not always provide access to the disabled student. As the assignment submission desk is on the ninth floor of the building, my classmate who is in a wheelchair is unable to access it. This means that whenever he wishes to hand in an assignment, he must request a classmate to do it for him. This, as I am sure you can understand, is both tedious and embarrassing for him. So basically, we gave a complete idea that what the building is, what is our problem, who is facing the problem, and we gave a very good detail that how the person is facing problem, and because of the problem what is happening to them, right? We gave that okay, their problem is this and he is not able to do submit the assignment themselves, and then we are also giving them that okay, this is because you are not doing it. Okay, then both tedious and embarrassing. So if they are not able to do this, what is happening to them? They are it is basically tedious and also embarrassing for them. So we are elaborating it in great details. Next, my friend, now we have to say that okay, what I want you to do. Okay, so let's read that. My friend is too proud to contact you directly, so I'm writing on his behalf. I am requesting that you promptly alter this building in a manner that allows disabled students to access college resources as conveniently as everyone else. Perhaps this could be best accomplished through the installation of an elevator. So we gave our कि हम वो चीज़ क्या चाहते हैं, क्यों होनी चाहिए, एंड वो आप कैसे कर सकते हो. At the end, say you have to say basically a ending. You can say I look forward to hearing back from soon, Rayan. So at the end, if you are using your full name, you should always write. For example, if I'll write, I might write it as Kajal Nair. So always at the end, give your full name. Now, how this thing will change if this would be an informal letter. Instead of writing dear sir or madam, we will be writing dear, and we will be writing the first name of the person we are writing to because they are our friend. Or you can say hi buddy or something like that. It also works. Then you won't be of course using formal language. You will be always asking for their health because agar informal hai, you are concerned about that person, so you will be always writing and asking them that okay, how are basically you doing, are you in good health or not. You have to always write that. Then you have will be giving detail. It should not be so complex, but one thing that I want you to notice is see how beautifully it is written. They are using complex sentence 1, complex sentence 2, complex sentence 3, and the last one is also a complex sentence. See how in 4 sentences they have completed the whole situational details, but these all 4 sentences are complex sentences and they are linked to each other. Now you don't always need to use words like although to link it. You can always use the word as, this. So this is how also you basically connect your sentences, right? And at the end you will say that I hope to meet you soon, see you soon, if it is an informal letter, and give your first name only. You can also write like your loving buddy and things like that. Okay. So okay. Now, so I was actually intended to complete the samples, right? So basically, I was first of all planning that we should cover all different types, but it is quite like it is already 7:45, and I am sure that you guys would be like having a ton of questions to ask me. So instead of just diving into the types, I would conduct another class for the types of letters, and you got a basic idea that how you have to frame your letters in this class. And in the next class maybe we can do the what are the different types that you have to do. Now it's time for question and answers. So if you have any questions you can surely ask me, type in the live chat, I would love to answer that. Okay. Okay, let me read. Atu, hi ma'am, hello. Sample 2. I guess you are in some previous slide, maybe. Good evening. I hope you enjoyed the class, Sanjay. I hope that you are here. So, sample 2. Okay, you must be where Moksha answered this. Actually, font of the side is issue. Okay, that is not an issue that you can adjust. I want to improve my English. For improving your English, there are some of the ways, like you can always use some good words. You can always go for like you can do different things like watch English movies, read newspaper, read books, and always take spoken English classes that are also helpful. So you can do different things for that. So right now we're having a Q&A session. If you guys are having any doubts related to any module, not just this, I would be happy to answer. Tell me how to contact you. There would be my email address coming on the screen. You can easily go to that and see it. Okay, Julie Kumari is saying, "Ma'am, my grammar is not good. While speaking, I confuse with tenses. Give ideas." If you are having problem with grammar, the only thing is that you can do grammar, and then you can always, when you are writing your cue card, like when you are discussing your cue card, one more thing that you can do very easily is that always write basically. So in that you can always write that basically on the cue card only when you're making notes, write it is in past tense, present tense. That would be very easy. Mox, is it mandatory to write examples in the letter? Mox, I want to know what kind of examples are you talking about? If you are talking about, there should never be examples. There should be a story, like what you do with speaking cue card, राइट जैसे आप स्पीकिंग क्यू कार्ड में करते हो, क्या करते हो, एक स्टोरी बना के बोलते हो कि मेरे साथ ये हुआ ये हुआ ये हुआ, वैसे ही लेटर में स्टोरी होनी चाहिए, एग्जाम्पल नहीं होना चाहिए। एग्जाम्पल तो हम टास्क 2 में लिखते हैं, दैट इज एग्जाम्पल, पर यहाँ पे हमारी सिचुएशनल डिटेल्स होनी चाहिए जैसे हम लोग उसमें बनाते हैं, लाइक वी बेसिकली मेक इन दैट cue card, speaking cue card. Okay, I hope that helps. Tell me if you have any other questions. So anyone is having any other questions, I will be happy to answer. So do comment that in the live chat option. Okay. So if you guys are not able to use the live chat, there is a option behind, like next to the like and dislike button. If you are new to my channel, you can like the video, and not new to the channel, you don't need to do that. For that anyway, please like the video, comment down anything you would like to ask, and I would see you very soon. We will be covering the types of letters in some other class, because it will take another hour or so very easily. So stay tuned for that. You can subscribe to the channel so that you get notified whenever I come live next on the channel. And I hope that you are safe at your homes, and take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye, take care.